This story still gives me chills when I think about it. I'm sitting here in my beautiful new apartment in downtown Seattle, sipping coffee that costs $12, and I can buy it without asking anyone's permission. But 6 months ago, my life was very different. 6 months ago, my husband Marcus looked me dead in the eye and said, "You'll have to ask me for tampon money now. I've frozen all your cards. Let's see how independent you really are." His mother, Patricia, was standing right behind him, and she smiled. Actually smiled. Then she said, "Good. Hungry women behave. Broke women obey." I smiled back and said, "Okay, Marcus. Whatever you think is best." That was the moment I decided to destroy them both. But let me back up. Let me tell you how I got there. My name is Sophia, and I married Marcus 18 months ago. I was 33, he was 36, and honestly, he seemed perfect. Successful sales director, charming, attentive. During our courtship, we met at a networking event, hit it off immediately, and 6 months later, he proposed at a fancy restaurant overlooking Elliott Bay. I said yes without hesitation. I had a good job as a marketing manager at a tech startup, working remotely and making around $6,000 a month. I'd saved $45,000 over the years, including a small inheritance from my father who'd passed away 3 years earlier. I was independent, confident, and excited about building a life with someone. The first red flag appeared 2 weeks after the wedding. I was working from home, on a video call with my team, when Marcus came home early. He waited until I finished, then sat down next to me with this serious expression. "Sophia, we need to talk about your work schedule," he said. "What about it? You're on calls all day. The apartment's a mess. Dinner isn't ready when I get home. I think you should consider cutting back your hours, maybe going part-time." I laughed. I actually thought he was joking. "Marcus, I'm a manager. I can't just go part-time. And the apartment isn't messy. I cleaned this morning. I'm just saying, as my wife, you have responsibilities here too." My mother managed a household and raised me without working outside the home. She was happy. That should have been my cue to run. But I loved him. Or I thought I did. So I said we'd figure it out together, that we'd split household duties, that my career mattered too. He dropped it, for about a week. Then Patricia entered the picture. Marcus's father had died when he was young, and Patricia had raised him alone. She was 62, recently retired, and according to Marcus, a little lonely. He asked if she could stay with us for a few weeks while she looked for a smaller place. "Of course," I said. "Family is important." She moved in with 4 suitcases and never left. Week 1 was fine. She was polite, helpful even. She'd make coffee in the morning, ask about my day. But by week 2, I started noticing things. Small things. My favorite coffee mug would be in her room. She'd borrowed it, she said, and forgot to return it. A necklace my grandmother gave me disappeared from my jewelry box. Patricia was wearing it at dinner. "Oh," Marcus said I could borrow it, she explained. "It matches my outfit so well." "You don't mind, do you?" I minded. But Marcus gave me this look, like I was being petty, so I said it was fine. By week 3, she was commenting on everything. The groceries I bought, the brand of yogurt, the type of vegetables, the wasteful organic options. "Honey, regular milk is perfectly fine," she'd say, holding up the almond milk I preferred. "Why spend the extra money?" "I like almond milk," I'd reply. Marcus was raised on regular milk. He turned out just fine. Week 4, she started criticizing my cooking. "A little dry, don't you think?" she'd say about the chicken I'd made. "The vegetables are undercooked," she'd comment. Marcus prefers his potatoes mashed, not roasted. Marcus never contradicted her. He'd just eat quietly, sometimes nodding in agreement. By week 8, I was losing my mind. But the real problem started when she began interfering with our finances. Marcus and I had opened a joint checking account for household expenses. We each contributed $3,000 a month. It covered rent, utilities, groceries, everything for the apartment. I kept my savings separate, in my own account that I'd had for years. One day, I logged into our joint account to transfer my monthly contribution, and I noticed something odd. There were charges I didn't recognize. A $700 charge to Nordstrom, a $400 charge to a home goods store, a $350 charge to a spa. I asked Marcus about it that evening. "Oh, those are Mom's," he said casually, not even looking up from his phone. "Your mom's?" "Yeah." I added her to the account. "She needs access for household stuff." "Marcus, those aren't household expenses, that's a spa charge." She needed to relax. "She does so much around here, Sophia. The least we can do is let her treat herself occasionally." "With our money?" He finally looked at me. His expression wasn't angry. It was worse. It was disappointed, like I was a child who didn't understand basic decency. "It's not our money, Sophia. I make $12,000 a month. You make $6,000. Proportionally, it's more my money than yours. And I'm choosing to share it with my mother who raised me alone, who sacrificed everything for me. If you have a problem with that, maybe you need to examine your priorities." I was stunned. We'd never talked about money that way before. We'd agreed on equal contributions, equal say, but I didn't push it. I told myself it was one time, that I was being selfish. It wasn't one time. The charges kept coming, 500 here, 800 there. In 2 months, Patricia had spent over $6,000 from our joint account. I tried talking to Marcus again. He shut me down immediately. "Drop it, Sophia. You're being petty and jealous. It's not a good look." So I opened a new checking account, just for me, and I stopped looking at the joint account statements. I contributed my $3,000 each month and tried to ignore the rest. Then came the incident with the coffee. I was working from home, on back-to-back calls, and I'd ordered a coffee from the cafe down the street, $12 for a large oat milk latte with an extra shot. I expensed it to my company card because I was working. It was a business expense. Patricia saw the receipt on the counter. That night at dinner, she brought it up. "Sophia, I saw you spent $12 on coffee today." I looked up from my plate. "Okay, $12 for coffee. That's wasteful, don't you think?" "It's coffee. I was working. I bought coffee. We have a coffee maker right here. I make a full pot every morning. Free coffee. I wanted a latte." She turned to Marcus. "Can you believe this? $12? Some of us were raised to appreciate money." Marcus put down his fork. "Mom's got a point, Sophia. $12 is excessive. I expensed it to my work card. I didn't use our account." "That's not the point. It's the principle. It's wasteful." "Marcus, it's my work expense. My company pays for it." "Still, just make coffee here. It's cheaper." I stared at him. "Are you seriously policing my coffee purchases?" "I'm asking you to be reasonable." I wanted to scream. Instead, I finished my dinner in silence. The next week, I needed to buy new work clothes. I'm on video calls all day. I need to look professional. I spent $300 at Macy's on 2 blouses and a blazer. I used my personal credit card. That evening, Marcus was waiting for me when I got home. "We need to talk about your spending." "What spending?" $300 at Macy's. That showed up on our joint credit card statement. "I used my personal card, not the joint card." I called the bank. "You added my name as an authorized user when we got married. I can see all your transactions." My blood went cold. "You're monitoring my personal credit card?" "I'm being responsible. And $300 on clothes is excessive." "Marcus, I needed work clothes." "You have clothes, not professional ones. I've been wearing the same 3 outfits for months." Patricia walked into the room. Perfect timing, as always. $300? She repeated. "Marcus, you need to put your foot down. My son works hard for his money. He shouldn't have to support a shopping addiction." "It's not a shopping addiction, it's work clothes, and it's my money." Marcus stood up. He was 6'2", and when he stood like that, towering over me, I felt small. "Lower your voice," he said quietly. "Don't disrespect my mother in our home." "This is my home too." "Is it? Because you don't act like it. You work all day, ignore household responsibilities, waste money, and now you're screaming at my mother. Maybe you need to remember who's actually supporting this household." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "I contribute half the household expenses. Your contribution is less than 1/3 of what I make. You're living off my dime."